Welcome to The Explainer. So many of us have that daily caffeine habit. Today, we're going to dig into how some ancient wisdom from Ayurveda can actually help us get our sleep back.
Okay, so let's start with the fact that, well, it probably won't surprise you. A massive 78% of adults in India kickstart their day with coffee or tea. I mean, we rely on it, right? But here's the kicker. What if that very thing we rely on is what's stealing our rest?
So that leads to this huge question, doesn't it? Is your daily coffee literally stealing your nightly sleep? You know the feeling. That afternoon slump hits, you grab another cup, and then bam, it's 2 a.m. and you're just staring at the ceiling. Are we making a bad trade here? A couple of hours of focus for a whole night of real, deep sleep? All right, let's get into the caffeine catch. This is all about that crazy paradox. Why you can be totally exhausted, but your brain just won't shut up so you can sleep. Get this, that 1 cup of coffee, it's not just a quick little pick-me-up. The caffeine from it can stay active in your brain for up to 6 hours. Yeah, 6! So think about it. That 3 p.m. coffee you had is still firing on all cylinders when you're trying to wind down at 9 p.m. No wonder it's a struggle. And this is where we hit a fork in the road, right? On one hand, you've got the modern fix, sleeping pills. But look, they can actually break your REM sleep cycle, giving you what's really just superficial rest. On the other hand, you have Ayurveda, which isn't about knocking you out, it's about balancing your body from the inside to help you find that natural, deep sleep. Ayurveda has a name for that wired but tired feeling. It's an aggravated pitta dosha. So pitta is the energy that governs your metabolism, your fire. When you drink too much caffeine, you're basically throwing gasoline on that fire. It creates all this heat and intensity in your mind, and that's why your thoughts are racing right when you want them to be quiet. Okay, so this isn't all just theory. Let's look at a real-life story of how this actually plays out in our crazy, high-pressure world. So check out this timeline. It really shows how powerful one small change can be. This is Rajat, an IT pro who was completely stuck. We're talking 5 coffees a day and his sleep was just awful. He tried meds, but they just made him feel groggy. Then he followed one piece of Ayurvedic advice. Just cut off caffeine after 2 p.m. And the result? It's pretty incredible. In just 15 days, he got back 4 hours of quality sleep. 4 hours.
So, what was his secret? How did he pull that off? The answer is all in the Ayurvedic approach to sleep. It's ancient wisdom, but man, it works for our modern problems.
But here's the thing. Rajat didn't just cut caffeine out. He also added some really supportive practices in. So let's build on that. Let's create your own toolkit for tranquility with 3 practical remedies you can start using at home. First up in our toolkit is Brahmi Tea. Think of this as the coolant for the mind. It's an herb that's completely caffeine-free, and in Ayurveda, its whole job is to soothe that fiery, overactive pitta energy we were talking about. And this is not just some old story. We've got science to back it up. Research actually shows that Brahmi can slash the production of cortisol, that's our main stress hormone, by up to 30%. Think about that. Less cortisol means a calmer nervous system, which, well, that's the perfect setup for sleep. And the best part? It's so easy to make. Seriously. Just boil a teaspoon of Brahmi powder in water, maybe toss in some ginger and tulsi for an extra boost, strain it, and add a little honey. It's the perfect evening ritual to swap in for that last cup of chai or coffee. Okay, remedy number 2 is a really beautiful practice called Shirodhara. It literally translates to the river of sleep. The whole idea is to have this continuous, gentle stream of warm oil poured right on your forehead to just quiet down an overactive mind. Now, normally a practitioner would do this, but you can totally create your own version at home. A little garka jugad, A clever home hack. Just gently warm up some coconut or sesame oil, add a couple of drops of calming lavender, and then use a bottle with a tiny hole in the cap to stream it over your third eye. Just 15 minutes of this before bed can make a huge difference. And again, this isn't just tradition. This is backed by modern science. A study from IMS in India found that Shirodhara led to a 40% improvement in sleep for people with insomnia. Why? Because it seems to help calm the hypothalamus. That's the control center for sleep in your brain. All right, our final tool might just be the easiest one of all. It uses the power of sound, specifically a classical Indian melody called Raag Yaman, which can literally guide your brain into a state of deep, deep rest.
So, how does music do that? Well, it's pretty scientific. The specific sound frequencies in Raag Yaman, which are around 5 to 8 hertz, actually help your brain produce more theta waves. And get this, those are the exact same brain waves that your brain produces during deep meditation and that first crucial stage of sleep. So here's your musical hack. About 30 minutes before you want to hit the sack, just put on a recording of Raag Yaman. It sounds best on a flute or a sitar, something really soothing. Keep the volume low, like below 40%, and just let the music do its thing. It'll guide you towards sleep.
Okay, we've talked about why this all works and how to do it. Now it's your turn. It's time to put this ancient wisdom into practice with the 3-day reset challenge. We're throwing down a challenge, a simple but really powerful 3-day experiment. Step 1, be strict. No caffeine after 2 p.m. That's it. Step 2, when that afternoon craving for coffee or tea hits, swap it for a warm cup of Brahmi tea instead. And step 3, just notice. That's all. Pay attention to how you feel, and most importantly, how you sleep. Look, the most important thing is just to start. You don't have to do everything all at once. Just pick one of these tools, whichever one calls to you the most. So, what's it going to be? Will you start with the calming Brahmi tea, the therapeutic Shirodhara hack, or the musical mantra of Raag Yaman? Let's leave it with this final thought, because it's so important. In this crazy, busy world, we tend to treat sleep like it's some kind of optional luxury we can earn. But it's not. It's a fundamental biological right that your body needs to heal and to thrive. And all it might take to reclaim it is a little bit of ancient wisdom and a little bit of self-discipline.